Howdy folks, welcome to Live at the Lazy T Ranch. I'm Ron Wilson, Port Lariat, my wife Chris doing the recording. Welcome to an absolutely gorgeous spring day. It is Tuesday, it is April 14, and it is an absolutely beautiful day at the ranch. We're wanting to share a couple of minutes of fun and animals and information with families who are stuck at home here during the coronavirus pandemic. I think we got a couple of cats fighting over on that side of the place. But today I want to talk about horseshoes, and our guest once again is Habanero, my favorite saddle horse. Let's talk about horseshoes, and let's begin with this question. Why, other than fashion, why do people wear shoes? What's the utilitarian reason for wearing shoes? Well, if you've ever walked across a patch of gravel or in the middle of the night stepped on a piece of Legos on the carpet in the dark while you're barefoot, you know that shoes can protect your feet. And it's the same reason for horses. The reason we put shoes on horses is to protect their feet. So let's take a look at Habanero here. Habanero, you recall, if you were on earlier, is our 14-year-old quarter horse gelding, sorrel in color. And one of the important things for a horse to learn is to let his rider pick up his feet. It's really not a natural thing for the horse to do. But Habanero knows that when I'm checking him over, he's going to lift his foot so that I can check the horseshoe and make sure his foot is okay, and I can clean it with a hoof pick if I'm going to take a ride. So we check his forefront, and then he'll pick up his hind foot for me as well. And we can make sure that those shoes are okay. As you can see, the horseshoes are really just a curved piece of metal that's attached to the foot. Now you see that there's no shoelaces, there's no Velcro like on my kids' tennis shoes to attach the horseshoe. Would you believe that the horseshoe is attached to the horse's foot with a set of nails? Can you imagine having your shoes nailed onto your feet? That sounds absolutely horrible. It sounds painful. It sounds like torture. Well, I want to explain that these shoes are attached to the horse's foot in a way that does not hurt a bit and is actually healthy for the horse. It's important for the horse. So let me explain. The horse's foot is called a hoof, and the hoof itself, the bottom of the leg, the foot is protected by a hard shell. And would you believe it's the very same substance as your fingernails? It's the very kind of hard shell as your fingernails. And with my fingernails, every so often I need to trim the white part off the end of the fingernail. And of course that doesn't hurt a bit. Well, centuries ago, people found that the hard shell of the horse's foot was kind of like the white stuff at the end of your fingernail, in that they could attach the horseshoe with nails into that white stuff, the equivalent of the white stuff on the horse. It would not hurt the horse one bit, and it holds the shoe in place, protects the horse's foot, and gives the horse traction. And just like our fingernails, this hard shell on the horse's hoof also grows. So every 6 to 8 weeks, we recommend that a farrier trim the hooves, make them even, which is best for the bone structure of the horse, and then attach new set of hooves. And he just had his new set of shoes, and he had just had his horseshoes put on him for spring. So it's important. Hoof care is extremely important for the horse. Speaking of horseshoes, if you go buy shoes for your family, you want to make sure that everybody has shoes that fit, right? You don't want big floppy shoes that are way too big, and you certainly don't want shoes that are way too small, right? That would be very uncomfortable. Well, sure enough, there are different shoe sizes, horseshoe sizes, for the horse. And I mounted some examples here on some barn wood. It looks like small, medium, and large, but in fact there are numbered horseshoe sizes on a scale all the way up, just like human shoes. This little horseshoe is for a pony. So it's just the right size for a pony, and there are actually horseshoes smaller than this. Cute little horseshoe. So that's for a 300 to 400 pound pony, let's say. This is one of Habanero's used horseshoes. And so let's say he weighs 1,000 pounds for round numbers. But take a look at this horseshoe. Now this horseshoe is for a drag miniature Clydesdales, you might imagine. If that pony's 300 to 400 pounds, habanero's 1,000 pounds, this draft horse shoe would fit a horse that might weigh 2,000 pounds. So literally a ton of horse flesh. That big guy needs some big shoes. And so you see some examples of the different sizes of horseshoes. Again, hoof care, very, very important to the horse. One other little thing, I'll finish up with a cowboy poem about the folklore of horseshoes, and that is that a horseshoe, finding a horseshoe, will bring a person good luck. We really don't know the origin of this legend. We think it goes back to ancient stories in Ireland about finding a horseshoe. Some say that the shape of the horseshoe is kind of like a crescent moon, which supposedly will keep away evil spirits. There's a lot of different stories about why horseshoes can bring you good luck. I figured it was just good luck if you found but there's a lot of legends that go with that. And of course, the cowboy's life, sometimes he feels he's in a lot of bad luck. So this poem is called Lady Luck. Will finding a horseshoe really bring me good luck? Well, that's what I do, but it hasn't yet struck. Lady Luck is a tease. She can tear you apart. When you're trying to please, she'll come break your heart. You'll have things going right and you're rocking along, but just when it's bright, then something goes wrong. And just when you think you've come through with a burst, then hope starts to sink as things go bad to worst. Now, I'm not superstitious. No horoscope for me. All that stuff is fictitious. I don't buy astrology. But the way things go over when rough times are put, I need a 4-leaf clover or a good rabbit's foot. And if my challenge still lingers and I'm continually stuck, I'll keep crossing my fingers while I chase Lady Luck. Folks, we wish you good luck in the middle of the coronavirus crisis. On behalf of Chris Wilson, Ron Wilson, and Habanero, we wish you be safe, be well. We're going to try to do a Facebook Live every Tuesday, right about 1 o'clock for the coming weeks to get us through all this time. Thank you, happy trails, and God bless.